This or that. Would you rather Wednesday?
Wednesdays. Would you rather get rid of one bad habit or get one new good habit?
Okay, so I think we need to figure out our constraints here.
Okay.
First question. Do you get to choose the bad habit that you get rid of? And do you get to choose the good habit that you get to add?
It depends on how you answer.
Okay, sure.
Well,
Well, I
what's
think-
like if you had to choose right now, like without even thinking about it, like what's the first?
I would
be
say
your answer?
add a good habit, because that the bad habit, I don't know that there's any bad habit that I have that is like life altering or anything. I don't know.
I mean,
think- Good habit is the thing that's like first thing that pops into my head.
what if your bad habit was like murdering innocent people?
Okay, so if I was Jack the Ripper,
Yeah. If.
Okay. You didn't have to clarify that, 'cause it sounds like you're saying, "Oh, if you
Yeah.
want Ripper."
Because you're not currently murdering people. Can we just quote just
Can we?
quote
Now,
things?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
May you?
May I quote things, please?
No, you may not. I think if there was something so extreme that it was life altering, I would go with removing the bad habit.
But if the bad habit was just like, oh man, what is a typical bad habit actually? Now I'm having trouble thinking of it. Like, what are the common ones?
The common ones like cracking your knuckles,
Ooh, biting your nails.
biting your nails is definitely a common one. I would say things that annoy me are things that are the filler words that I use. Okay, is one that I
Oh.
use.
I love okay so because it always comes out as queso
Okay.
from lots of people because they shorten okay. Yeah, like okay. So
Queso.
all I hear is queso every time.
Like I use filler words way too much, but I don't think that's life altering. I wouldn't choose to get rid of those words, and I wouldn't choose to get rid of those over
Okay,
a new good habit.
but what if the new good habit was like very insignificant also?
So I didn't get to choose, and it was guaranteed to be insignificant. Like no
Yeah.
random luck where it may.
This is kind of a
Yeah,
hard one
I
because
think-
there's a lot of different ways it could go. It could be like that is the hard part to figure out. How significant are these habits?
Right. Well, I think I would probably go. I would still, if it was a tie to where you couldn't choose either, but it had to be insignificant either way, I think I would lean towards the getting a new good habit.
Okay. I need an example. Like what?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Like, it's easy to find insignificant bad habits. What is an insignificant good habit?
I feel like you fall into bad habits, but you have to work for good habits. Wait,
Yes,
did I just
that
say
is
good
true.
twice?
No, you said
Okay.
bad and then good.
Okay. Because a good habit, you got to go, all right, let's say good habit's just exercising. Well, you have
Right.
to like really decide.
But that I would also say that's more life impacting than saying okay so.
Yes, but I'm rereading the wording on this. Would you rather get
Sure.
rid of one bad habit or get one new good habit? But I don't know if they're saying like it just comes to you, like you just get this cool new habit,
Or you have to work for it. I understand
yeah,
what you're saying.
or if you get
so
rid
you're
of it.
saying that sure you may get a new good habit, but it's going to be more work. Would there not be any work in removing the bad habit? Do you have to
That's
work for that? Or?
I think you do, and I think that's probably a better question. Like, would you rather work for the new good one or work to get rid of the bad one?
Yeah, if you were to set yourself a goal, do you set yourself goals around creating new good habits or removing bad habits?
Usually
Like,
good
the
habits.
I would say that people who are trying to give speeches obviously set goals around getting rid of those filler words, removing the bad
That's
habit.
true.
So there are goals that are set both ways.
Yes, positive. There's a positive outcome from getting rid of a bad habit.
Yes.
That's why I thought this was such a difficult question, because there's positive both ways. You get rid of the negative, there's a
Right.
positive outcome. You get a new good habit, that's a positive outcome.
Correct. Both of them are positive.
Yeah, so I thought, well, how do you answer that then, really? Because
Well, I think that the context of what bad habits you have and what good habits you want makes it individualized and probably easier for that. If you're talking about just a generic person that you don't know, maybe they have terrible bad habits, or maybe they are completely void of good habits. Like, I don't think that it's very easy to say either way, because, like you said, both of them are good things in probably a fairly similar scale.
okay, so let's take public speaking then. Would
Okay.
you rather get rid of filler words or
Ooh.
be a more confident public speaker? And maybe, I mean, it's very similar, but
Yeah, the good
Both-
habits would be confidence,
stage presence,
stage presidents,
maybe like the
stage presidents.
stage presidents. There's
Yeah.
several of them.
There are. I'm gonna say confidence. I'll say confidence.
See, I can agree with that, because you could have a lot of confidence, and that to me is more positive than getting rid of filler words. Lots of
And you
confident,
would-
good
You would
speakers
say
have filler
that
words.
those are on a relatively similar scale.
As far as their importance,
As far as we're evaluating a fair problem.
I think
Does
so.
that make sense?
Would you disagree?
I don't know that I can conceptualize the entire spectrum in my head, but
It's
I
difficult.
don't think it stands out as obviously wrong. I'm not like over here. This is, oh yes, those are definitely fair.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get to that, actually.
No, I agree.
This is actually the first time that I think I've had one of these questions where I'm like, you know what? I don't know that there's like a really obvious answer, or an obvious answer that I would choose even after talking about it.
Right, but from my side, I started out saying that I would, in my situation, go to the adding a positive habit, adding a good habit. Then we talked for a while and said it was pretty neutral in a lot of circumstances. And then we gave one example for public speaking. We chose the good option. So for me, I'm still leaning towards the good option, adding a good habit.
I think I'd probably lean that way too, because I think also if you're adding more good habits, you would maybe get rid of bad habits by doing that.
Okay, now that you say that, we always want to go look at the other side, right? Something that we've talked about pretty recently, and something we may discuss more in an upcoming podcast. The fact that you dwell on the negative habits or the bad habits, you don't think as much about your good habits.
That's true. And are you saying that's also why this is difficult to figure out? Because
Yes, I'm saying that since we're both leaning towards the good option, that would be playing devil's advocate. That would be one reason why you may want to switch over to the other side. is because you are more likely to beat yourself up over the negative habits that you have, the bad habits that you have, rather than praise yourself over the good habits that you have.
That's true. Look how much trouble we had even thinking of good habits.
That's right.
It's like, all right,
we
here-
could spend all our time thinking
Yeah.
about the bad habits. Exactly.
We could all think of like common bad habits, but how often do you actually ask yourself, like, what are my good habits?
Right.
And you probably
Like,
have a lot.
And one of the big good habits that I could think of, you called out as well, and that was like exercise. and
Yeah.
that's not something that's just like easily obtained.
No, it's got to be a conscious choice. Unless you maybe have a job that it just happens, like you exercise because it's part
Right.
of the job. But okay, so then final answers, because I feel like
You
we
did
reached.
just say, okay, so
Okay, so I do it too. I know I do it.
I don't really notice it as much when other people say that, unless I just talk about it and then I was focusing on it. But I notice it so much more when I'm listening to recordings or anything of myself, that all the filler words, it gets annoying.
I also get very annoyed when listening to you speak.
See, we're the same person.
Yeah. Okay, so I did it again. I did it again.
So I didn't notice that one, but I in retrospect, I agree.
That I did it again.
Yes.
Oops. I did it again. So, you're going with good habit.
I am. I'm sticking with adding a good habit.
Okay. I am also, because we should be looking at the glass half full.